Day 16. Success in a new electricity? On this day, we're going to be using a tutorial for our new research production. Little did I know, this was going to be the future of it all. In fact, this design was going to be used all the way up until the final day. And I'm not saying the final day of this video. I mean the final day. And I think I fried my brain while doing this. And we're going to be using PhysiGamer's tutorial for this, which I'm going to simplify. Basically, it makes crankshafts and gearboxes for the research stations, and this design is very massive. It uses iron mix with coke fuel and to make crankshafts and these very confusing pipes, but it's not really actually. The second item in the recipe book for making crankshafts goes on this bottom layer, and the first item goes above it, and the one above that is the pipes for the outputs. And these use control valves using very specific numbers to equally distribute items to all of them, going from 6 to 13%, in which I spent over 3 hours on this. Which I came to the realization, this consumes too much energy. So much, in fact, that my power plant will have no energy in just a few hours. Or minutes. I don't know. So, I made the choice. I was gonna have to make a new power plant. One that would mass produce refined diesel for the large diesel engines. And I know I could have very well used that for modular diesel engines instead. But I wanted to use this one instead. And also mass produce machine oil without using filtration plants. And I'm gonna warn you, this gets complex, but it's actually pretty straightforward. Power plant version 3. And now here we are, 4 hours into day 16, and I realized something. With our new research station and machines to make gearboxes and crankshafts, in the description of the video, it says it consumes around 10 mmF per second of energy. And to my absolute shock, my batteries now were storing 1 GMF of energy. One of them was completely empty.
For example, nothing.
So now that could mean one thing. My power plant is not good enough. So I came to the tough decision and deleted it. The power plant that has served me well since day 8 is now not good enough. So let's see how we can improve this. My plan for this was to increase how much refined diesel I can get, because with the tier 2 diesel refineries, it only gives 0.32. And you already know, I hope, the large diesel engine wants 7 liters of refined diesel or more depending on the refinement of diesel. So obviously, there's a big problem here. And it took until now for that problem to arise. So now, we have to fix it. So I began looking at in the recipe menu, specifically looking at the different ways refined diesel is made. And I came across this. Putting diesel and machine oil in a machine called the Industrial Diesel Separator gives 1.8 liters of refined diesel. But if we look now at the different ways diesel is made, we see this method. Putting light oil and steam into the industrial oil separator gives the exact amount of diesel for the industrial diesel separator. So we now need this. And if we look now at the different ways light oil is made, we come across that it's a product of the atmosphere distillation plant, which needs fracking oil to do that. And fracking oil comes from the fracking oil tower, and the fracking oil tower only works by inputting sand, either acetic acid or sulfuric acid, water, and steam. So this process is the goal. So let's see how many times and versions of this process was going to be done. Attempt 1 at building the power plant. My first attempt was nice. Got a lot of things put in there, utilized the ability to clip things into the wall to have more space, which I used many times. But after getting light oil and heavy oil being used to make the machine oil in the industrial diesel refinery and the generators themselves. But back to what I was saying. I didn't realize this at first, but only using one industrial oil separator was a bad idea, because I make so much light oil that I needed to place more of them just to keep up. Same thing with the other one, making machine oil. And also the pipes here are an absolute abomination, so yeah. And after building the whole thing and leaving and rejoining, to turn it today because I made the dumb mistake of deleting the batteries containing power. So now I had to use Solar Farm 1 to kickstart the thing. But after getting the generators working, I was able to connect it to itself to power its own production. Nice. And I left because I was hungry. And I said I was gonna build a smaller and maybe cleaner design when I got back. Attempt 2 at building a new power plant. I deleted most of the things except the quarry, oil fracking tower, and boiler. Now that I have an idea of how the machines work, it's time to polish the design now. And now, after almost finishing it, I used the knowledge of the research area, specifically the control valves, to set it so only 50% of machine oil is let through here. Which may have not worked, but I don't know. But now, instead of having 2 large diesel engines, I now have 3 of them now. And this time, keeping one of the batteries so I don't have to use Solar Farm 1 to start it. And if we take a look at it now, it looks a lot better compared to last time. And also 2 industrial oil separators, but after letting it run for a bit, it came to a stop. And I saw that there was no diesel being made. So I looked at where it was being produced and there was no light oil. And there was none because the oil fracking tower didn't have acetic acid. And there was none because the oxidation plant wasn't getting enough power. And that's because I was using one color for the entire thing, which is a bad thing. You're supposed to use multiple of them when dealing with machines that require tons of energy. So I connected red to the oxidation plant along with blue, and it started working again. Then I had an idea. What if I use valve controls to equally distribute refined diesel to all of the engines? And I had just enough room to do so, but at first, I didn't like this, which is very much not the correct way to do so. And now I'm adding more industrial oil separators because I was making too much light oil. See what I was saying before? And now this design I use for quite a while, but it does get changed. But for right now, it's perfect. With my immense locking in, the section is just all about going into absolute focus and just building a lot of stuff. Like, first of all, I get the power to the research area with our new power plant. Then the next thing is to build the second layer of diesel production. But it's not powered just yet. I do some labeling on breaker boxes, like saying what colors are powering what. And now we go on to making satellites, which again, I'm going to use in another tutorial. I'm not too proud of that. This design uses 6 satellite dish controllers with 22 satellites. Don't know how this makes sense, since I thought that for every one controller, it needs 5 satellites. But it seems to be not the case. But it works. And that's all I care about. Next thing I did was to build more crankshaft productions, which I still don't like. And now for the last recording that I did, I spent looking around at things, fixing pipes, and I added a thing to the to-do list, adding an oxidation plant since I deleted it somehow, and that machine is needed to make the gearboxes in the research area. It made some plans on how I was going to build things around the map, and that was all I did on this day.